We covered up and now we have 30 kilometers descent. 30?
Down here, 30, 34, yes.
Let's go, guys. We are at the border with Switzerland. Now I'm gonna go and find the pot of gold. Switzerland is country number 40 or 41. Our stay in Switzerland was pretty brief, uneventful. Here we go, Italia. Italia. Back in Italy. Look at this freaky thing. There's a rainbow on the side of the mountain. It's freaky. We came down from Passo dello Stadio, Stadio Pass. We got to Switzerland and then entered back in Italy, in Val Venosta. And we asked a few people if we could camp in their roof or garage, roof, and we were told no, and then we got to this house, and there is this place that has a roof, and we pitched our tent, and we were given permission. Day 5, ready to hit the road. It's already starting raining. All good. Stefano is in a hurry. He didn't even let me have breakfast. We are already climbing. Ma il casco se lo porti lo devi mettere, cazzo. Still in Val Venosta. Technically Italy, practically Austria. The people speak German, Austrian German. The architecture of the villages is Austrian. Signposts, mostly bilingual, but some are only in German. Guten Morgen. Finally, we got to Coron Venosta. It's very touristy. Apparently, it became very famous with Instagram. They had to be there parking lot. Coron Venosta, the church where you have to scuba dive to Sunday Mass. So this is the Austrian side, so we are officially in Austria. Number 41. We left that village, and apparently you cannot be on this motorway, and the police stop us. Austrian police, 35 euro fine. No warning whatsoever, straight 35 euro fine. Probably because we are Italians. Also, on the motorway, there was no clear sign where the bike lane was. Otherwise, we would have took the bike lane. We've been on the bike lane for the last 2 years, for the last 2 days. But no warning, nothing. Fine. I'm in Berlin now, and I'm editing the video, so I feel I need to explain exactly what happened before all the comments starts again about the police, like the police in Egypt, that I only show like a fraction of what happened in Egypt. So the story is that I was cycling with Stefano Grosso We crossed the border from Italy to Austria, and we stopped at a supermarket to get some food at the first village. From the first village to the second village, there was no bike lane, so we were on the road that connects the two villages, and that was fine. When we got to the second village, we didn't stop, we continued. We didn't see any sign for bike lane, and then 2 kilometers between 2 and 3 kilometers after the village, there was a signpost that said no bikes allowed on this road, and it was the road that connected the second to the third village. Now, I'm fine to go on nature, to stay on the bike lane. I try to be on the bike lane as much as possible, but it's not that I wake up with the map of the bike lanes of Austria and know where they are and where they're not. The bits that I'm allowed on this road, and then after 2 kilometers I'm not allowed anymore. So in this case, Stefano signaled me that there was a sign that we were not allowed there. So I said, well, I don't know what to do. We will go at the first turn off, we will go left and right and find the bike lane. So 500 meters later, the police stopped us and said, no, it's impossible. It's forbidden to be in this road. Very dangerous. And then we got to, they said, follow the car 300 meters, there is a turn off on the left, and then you will join the bike lane. And that, I thought it was the end of it. It's a warning, they tell you exactly as it happens all over the world. But then when we turned left to go on the bike lane, following the car, they said, stop, document. And then they look at the nationality, Italian, 35 euro fine. And that was the end of it. There was nothing they want. And then the woman said, every day is a problem. Every day we got cyclists on this road. Obviously you have cyclists on this road because you have to put the sign in the village where there is the turn off to the bike lane. I don't know. It's not my country. I don't live in that village. I don't know where the bike lane is if you don't put a sign. So it's unfair because they put a sign 2 kilometers, between 2 and 3 kilometers after the village. Had they put the sign in the village saying you cannot continue on this road and you have to turn either left or right to go on the bike lane. The bike lane was on the left. So you point me in the right direction, I turn left, I go on the bike lane. So then if I continue on the same road, you're right, I have to pay a fine. But in this case, it was unfair because you put the sign after 2 kilometers the village. What do? A U-turn, go back up? It was also going uphill? No, it would have been more dangerous because when you're going up here, you're slower. Anyway, to me, it was really unfair. And I think the Austrian police were either after Italians, because when she said Italian, and she asked me 6 times and I never responded, otherwise they would have been arrested. She asked 6 times, does it look like Italy? 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 No, it does not. Anyway, I think the fine was just because either we were Italian, because Italian 35 euro fine, or it's just a way for them to make money, because why would you put the sign so far away from the village? You should put it in the village. And also the fact that she mentioned that every day there are cyclists on that road. It's not that every cyclist in the world is stupid. It's just that you follow the sign as you see them. I cannot prevent 2 kilometers before that there is a bike lane. And mind you, between the first village and the second village, there was no bike lane. It was a descent, and there was there was the mountain on one side, and there was like a valley on the other side. There was no space to make a bike lane, and there was no bike lane. So how would I know that on the second village they put a bike lane if you don't put a signal? So for me, it was really unfair, and I'm not gonna have any of the comments. You can write whatever you want. It was bullshit. Austrian Polizei is bullshit. They're full of shit, and they rob us 70 euros. End of it. Yeah, still dark, pissing rain all night, and this is where we slept. And we pitch our tents here. and Austria stuff. Yeah, if you ask some help to people, not very helpful. We got here. It was 9 o'clock. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 9 o'clock. Luckily, we found this nice gentleman that let us stay here, and also he has like a little shop where he sell kind of bakery stuff, and he invited us at 6 a.m. to have some bread, and he made us coffee, and yeah, he restored my faith in Austria. I'm a little bit pissed off about the fine that we got. Like within 2 hours, we were in Austria. 70 euro between the two of us, and I think it was unfair. No warning. Yeah, let's not talk about it. But Austrian police, not fair. Not fair. Now me and Stefano are gonna split. He's gonna head to Innsbruck, and I'm heading to Munich. It was supposed to be an easy day. Now I have to climb this mountain. 9 kilometers of trail, 700 meters of elevation gain. This trail is very tough. It's pretty steep. It's foggy. It's raining. It's nobody. And 9 kilometers climbing here. It's long. My tire slides. The trail is very wet. There's no traction. But let's see. I don't want to backtrack and go back. I should go back about 10 kilometers, and then I could do another pass that is paved. But at this stage, I have to fully commit. Okay, the trail is getting worse and worse. What the fuck? Hopefully it's only this bit. Tough going, tough day in Austria. What a miserable. Oof. Luckily there is a little bit that it's not so steep. I can catch my breath. I will just hope it lasts at least 1 kilometer so I can rest a little. Fuck, this is really steep again. Motherfucker. See, I have problem. The back wheel, no traction. Muka, ciao Muka. Traffic jam on the Austrian Alps. Hi. Yeah, I did another very tough segment. Some sign of civilization at least. Oh, there's a gondola here. A cable car or something. It is indeed. It's almost 12, it's noon. So I've been climbing since this morning, since I left. I'd say it was like 7 when I left. So yeah, now it's 10 to 12 and hopefully I stop climbing. And after the cows, of course, the sheep. It's a never-ending climb. Never-ending climb. Going up there. Finally, I made it on top. I'm getting ready for a fast descent. I hope so. Well, not too fast because it's quite slippery, the gravel. It's quite loose with all this rain. And yeah, I'm gonna cover up a little bit and I'll be on my way down. Not sure what's the name of this. It got foggy again. By the time I was ready to descend, very foggy. Today doesn't want to stop raining. At least yesterday and the previous day there were showers. Maybe lasted half an hour, something like that, and then an hour without rain and another shower. Today no shower, it's just constant rain basically. This is what I camped last night. It's still raining. Still fucking raining. Thank God I found this place. It stopped raining for a while, hopefully. Be nice if I can ride another hour drive. Look at this miracle. It stopped raining the whole afternoon and the sun came out. And this is Lake Starnberg. To me, German sounds like Arab. I think it's Starnberg Lake, but don't quote me on this. It's nice. There is a bike lane, mostly dirt with lots of kind of mud and puddles because of the rain. But other than that, it's quite nice. Not that warm for being August, but yeah. the end of the bike lane in the woods. We're basically in the greater Munich. These are the first few bigger villages.